Welcome back to another inspiration collaboration design team video challenge this month. We are working on making layouts from a sketch that is in the September to December catalog, and I am doing sketch number 1. So I'll hold it up here, and this is the sketch that I'm doing. And I really kind of analyzed it and tried to decide the sizes of these squares. They obviously are not 4 inches because that would go all the way to the top and bottom. And I wasn't sure that they were quite 3 inches because you would have been able to fit 4 across. So I settled on cutting some 3.5-inch squares, and I've chosen Modern Christmas for my paper. I absolutely love this Modern Christmas paper pack, and I will be honest, at first I didn't order it because I just wasn't sure I needed another Christmas paper pack. But so many of the designs are not Christmas that it is very versatile. Now there are some Christmas designs on the back. There's some trees on the back of some. There's some Christmas bulbs. There's one that says fa la la on it. These are the back of each other. This one just has some squiggly lines, but I wanted to do something just a little bit formal, more formal, and I love this, and it has that reflective gold in it as well. So I took the design and figured 3.5 inches was about right. Now I don't know that I'm going to have journaling spots because I have another idea for this layout. I do love that it is so basic that I can make it into anything. I also love that it coordinates with any colors. The high school where I teach is orange and black. This would be perfect to pair with orange. I have nephews who go to a school, and the red is more like this burgundy type of red, and then they have gold with it, but more like of a yellow type of gold. And I thought, this might be nice to use for my nephew's scrapbook, and I don't know exactly which page I'm going to put it on, which makes it kind of tricky, especially like to embellish. I don't know exactly what all I want to put on it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in about 2 3/8 from the left, and I'm going to start putting these down. And I think I'm going to start about 1/2 inch from the top, leave 1/4 inch between everything, and then have about another 1/2 inch, or I don't know, maybe it's closer to, I think it's about 1/2 inch that I want to leave. And I want this to be equal distance on the left and right. Can you see? That's kind of how those will look. I love using my T ruler. I don't know if Stampin' Up has ever had a T ruler. This is one that I had from close to my heart, and I still love it. I usually like to eyeball things, but there are just some times that you need a little bit more, right? You need it to be a little bit more precise. So here we go. Might need to space this out just a tad bit more. There we go. And I will come in about 2 3/8 from the other side as well. So some exciting news. This week, we have 3 days of free shipping. That is like the best that it gets. I think that's always my favorite, is the free shipping. And I've already started working on my order. Have you started working on yours? We have it, I believe, for 3 days, the 10th through the 12th. So if you want to go to katieweeks.stampinup.net, take advantage of the free shipping. It's on $75 or more of product. Putting a lot of adhesive on those shiny ones, trying to really get some of the parts that are not as shiny to have plenty of adhesion and adhesive. I do like these trees. Everything I've made actually with this has been not Christmas. Okay, so there's that. And I don't know exactly what I want to use this for in my nephew's scrapbook. I still need to get his senior pictures. So I'm thinking, I usually ask for at least a 5x7 for the front page. So this may end up being the front page of his album. A lot of times I make a coordinating layout and then I will put that at the end of the album if I don't use them side by side. So I think I'm going to make a companion page for this. I just don't know that they will sit right next to each other. So there's this. I did my mat at 5 3/8 by 7 3/8 because I wanted it just a little bit more than if I had went a 1/4 inch bigger. And you know what? I think for this one, I would like to pop it up. So I am going to take my dimensionals and I'm going to start with all of the outsides. Do you usually save those for last to use on your dimensionals? I'm using them first this time. So the free shipping is exciting, and I definitely have some things I want. I will say this, I'm not guaranteeing, but I have a very strong suspicion, especially if you order today on the 10th, I think you'll get it by Christmas. And if you were hoping Santa brings you something for Christmas, give him my website. He can set up his own little account, or you can give him the login for yours, and he can order something and should be able to have it by Christmas, especially if it orders tomorrow or today. You'll be watching this on the 10th. So I think you have a pretty strong chance of getting it in time. There are certain times when we know the shipping gets behind. I would guess if you wait till the 12th, a lot of people will be doing this free shipping, and I will be getting my order in first thing in the morning. Not because I need it by Christmas, but because I want it. And then you can just lay this down. There are some patterns that really make it easy to help you be able to tell if it's even. And doesn't this look masculine? I feel like these patterns that I chose really look masculine. I wanted to use this one, but I think polka dots look a little more feminine. They do. There's another beautiful Christmassy type scene on the back. But I really felt that was a little bit too feminine for him. So if I look at my sketch, we have some circle elements. So I have punched out, this is 2 3/8. I have some circle punches from Stampin' Up. And I decided to keep all of my circles going left to right. My stripes going left to right. And this one is a 2-inch circle, and it's from the brushed gold paper. I've used that a lot with this Modern Christmas. And this gives me a landing spot that I can put something on it when I decide how I'm going to use it in his album. So I have a couple more little circles that I'm adding, just like the sketch. And I think these I'm going to do probably 1 3/4. At least this first one is. And then these can be some little clusters that I do, some clustering if I decide I need to add other elements to it, but I really might not. I think it looks very basic, especially if I'm putting like a senior picture and I want it to just kind of stand out. Trying to decide if I want a 2-inch. I think I'm going to do another 1 3/4. And this still gives me room if I want to add a title. What I'm thinking, if it's a senior picture and it's my first page, I might put his name, Brock, across here, like going up the side. That's kind of what I'm thinking. And in fact, if I'm doing that, I might want this scooched in a titch. Yeah, let's do that. So there's my first page, very basic until I know how I'm using it. And I'm going to make a companion page for you. For the companion page, I am going to make it using the annual catalog. And these sketches are on page 28. And I'm going to do this 6th sketch right here. I like that clustering look that they had. So I have cut this pattern at, let me see, 9 3/4. Nope, 10 by 7. 10 by 7 is what I cut that at. Let's get this one off so I can have an even surface. So this one is 10 by 7. So I am going to want to come in 2.5 inches from each side and 1 inch down from the top to place it down. And there are those ornaments again. Aren't they pretty? Definitely would make some beautiful Christmas cards. The only problem is I love the basic sides. I will show you something else that I have made with this modern Christmas as well. So we're going to do about 1 inch down, so the top and bottom is even, 2.5 in from the left, which should give us 2.5 from the right. And I've cut 3 spots that are 3.5 by 4.5 that are some of those coordinating papers that match the other side. And I will place those down. I'm trying to keep in mind where I have them on the other page. I really want like some visual movement of the eye. Nope. I think I'm going to do this. So this first one, I'm going to have it come in about 3/4 of an inch. So 3 1/4 from the left. I just keep referring to my sketches is what I'm looking at. Put that down. And then for this starburst pattern, they have it hanging over just a little bit. So I think I'm going to make it about 2 1/8 in from the right hand side. So it hangs just a little bit over. And then this also hangs over just a little bit. And these two overlapped, but this one did not. And then they did have another circle element, and it looked like a small one. Although I think I'm going to do a 2-inch one. I think I want a 2-inch one. Let's put these placeholders on there first. And I can either use them as placeholders or I can use them as an additional mat. I really like to use them as an additional mat. And if I split this between the first and last pages for the album, this one will be graduation photos. If I do not use it that way, and I have these pages side by side in his album, that'll be fine too. But I know that a lot of times the graduation albums, the photos go portrait style because you're seeing the whole cap and gown sort of thing. So I think that would be perfect for these photos. So there's those, and we have another one of these, and this particular one I think I'm going to use my dimensionals on. And I'll have it up a little bit and hanging over the picture slightly like they show, or at least over the spot slightly. I do have some pictures from my nephew to start scrapbooking, but I don't have senior pictures, and that's what I really need for the beginning of the album. I'm overlapping it just a tiny bit over that mat, and I'm trying to get my brushed marks to go straight across. So there's my coordinating page. So what do you think? Don't those make nice complementary pages? And I love the modern Christmas. I love all the sparkle. It's perfect. I'm going to show you. So here was my sketch, which was number 1 in the mini catalog. I will show you what else I have made with this. It is a mini album that I'm going to be teaching in January to some of my customers. And it was designed by Susan Williams. She's a paper engineering mastermind is what I will call her. So I've got this beautiful album, and it has little pullouts. And so I adapted what she taught us at a retreat and used the modern Christmas with it. And if I remember how I did this, I think this is on wrong. Sorry. It got overlapped a little bit. So there's my little flip flap. And then this one, the tag pulls out. And I decided I wanted some landscape opportunities in here as well. Another place between the pages that they have tags pulling out. I love it when they're interactive like this. And isn't that fun that it's a different shape? So that's a class that I'm teaching in January, and I've pretty much filled the class already, but I wanted to share it with you because it was the same paper, and you could make these for graduation gifts easily and customize it with the colors you have for whatever your school is. So it would be beautiful combined with purple or dark blues or light blues or reds, orange, which is what my school is. It would be beautiful that you could add those things, or you could just have those colors speak through your pictures, and I think that would be awesome too. So that's what I have for you tonight. I hope you enjoyed the sketch, and I hope you can jump on that sale and get the free shipping right now, the 10th through the 12th, and go to Kati, Kati, Weeks, WEAKS, .stampinup.net. Have a great night. Bye. Like, comment, share, and subscribe for more crafty inspiration.